This is Saturday, November 23rd. There are 244 days until San Diego Comic-Con 2025. Welcome to SDConCast, the official podcast of the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog.
VANUHTEE go. Oh my god, I love Live Journal and my Live Journal loves me. Current food is hyperactive. Current music, refuge 73. I love the color scheme in pink and purple.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am your host, James Riley, and joining me on the podcast, as always, Carrie Dixon.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us.
And also joining us this morning, Erin Tapkin.
Hello, everybody. Everyone in the chat is super excited to see you, James.
Yeah, I noticed that. Thank you all so much. I missed you all. I did not miss sitting here for 2 hours watching The Little Running Man, but I did miss all of you.
It's a running toucan.
Running toucan now.
Everything has changed.
Yeah, that's new for James.
You came. Yeah.
Speaking of, we this is the second chance at open registration because, of course, the first one failed, stalled, had issues, whatever we want to call it. So this is the second registration for San Diego Comic-Con 2025. We'll take comments and questions during the show as always. You can tweet us at st_comic_con, use the hashtag SDConCast, and we will be keeping an eye on the YouTube live chat if you wish to comment there. Basically, we're going to cover what happens as it happens and read with the little boxes so we know what's going on, tell you things you may need to know about pricing and issues and what to do if X happens, and all of the little bits of information that help smooth this thing out. Is there anything we need to talk about first, Carrie?
So for the most part, we haven't seen too many errors. There are on some people's screens, and I have it on mine. I see like 2 status bars. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that if you only see one, that there's anything wrong with that, because on another computer, I only have 1. So again, I don't think that's anything to panic about. Someone did tweet us that they had theirs had a button to click for get a new place in line. That one I would freak out about a little, but the good news is that the sale has not started yet, so clicking that shouldn't do anything. And it may just be a situation where maybe somebody had multiple sessions open within the same browser, which, as you guys hopefully all know, you cannot do. You will know if you have multiple windows open, if you have one in one browser and one in another, you will know that it is successful because the little Q and ID at the bottom should be totally different. If they are unique, then you are good. But that's really, so far at least, we haven't seen errors. So this is a better start than last time. They opened up the waiting room maybe 2 minutes late, but I mean last time it was everybody was refreshing and it was taking forever to load.
But technically they opened it 30 minutes earlier than normal.
They did, yes. They opened it 30 minutes earlier than normal, but in reality, that wound up being 28 minutes earlier than normal. But I think that's okay, so long as this works. And I've heard, and I had the same, I've heard more people had to do CAPTCHA, which I think is a good thing. Hopefully that means that if bots were an issue last time, that will get some of them. We don't really know. So
I only had to do it twice.
Jason Timothy in the chat is asking about the status bar and what it is. No, it's not the countdown timer. It's the little box below it that gives you a little information. It's a white box. Currently, it might say, become a Comic-Con museum legend. That's what I've got in mind. That's the status bar. That's going to give us updates they should update it during the sale to let us know what's going on, what's selling out, what's close to selling out.
Absolutely.
Some of us see two of those on our screen. Exactly the same, just 2 of them.
Yeah. But again, whether you see 2 or 1, I don't think there's anything wrong. I would not panic about if you see 2 or 1. Let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen here. So right now, we're all just waiting. We're in the waiting room. There's not a whole lot to do here for about another 25 minutes. But here at 9 a.m. Pacific time is when the sale officially starts. And what happens then is things kind of pause for a second. They randomize everybody. And then from there, you'll get a little status bar with a toucan who will either make his way very quickly across the screen or he will very slowly make his way across the screen. There will also below that be an estimated time. Don't freak out about that. So first of all, usually when it initially starts, it'll say like really high. Typically like they all start out at more than an hour, and then some of them will lower quickly. Some of them will stay at more than an hour and then lower later. Erin, why don't you talk a little bit about why not to panic later on, like if those numbers start to fluctuate?
Yep. Okay, so your timing bar, the timing bar gives you, it's obviously just an approximation, but you're going to see it go up and you're going to see it go down both ways. Down is obviously good, but don't panic if your time goes up. Definitely, it does not mean people are jumping in line ahead of you or anything nefarious like that. What it means is that they've slowed down the number of people that they're letting in to purchase, and they could be doing that for a number of reasons. Number one, there's too many people in there. It's bogging things down. Number two, some people take longer to check out than others. Some people have fast fingers and go really quickly. Some people henpeck or have to talk to somebody else, get a credit card from somebody else, something like that. So it's an approximation of how long it should take to get you to the front of the line. But if it goes up, don't panic. There's nothing bad going on. It just fluctuates.
Absolutely. And we want it, like, if they notice that there's too much strain on the server, like, we want them to slow things down to take that load off so
Yes.
that what happened last time doesn't happen again. Like, we
Doesn't
all
happen.
want this sale to go smoothly.
Right.
So, again,
Yeah.
don't panic, like she was saying, as that number fluctuates.
I mean, just think of it as, letting people in the door at an exclusive club at San Diego. Sometimes you're waiting outside and they let 7 people in at once. Sometimes they only let 7 people in a half an hour. It's based on capacity and how long people are how long people are taking to check out. So do not worry.
So I wanted to address RP in the chat asked, is Firefox or Safari better? We've had a lot of questions on this sale in particular about like which browser is better. I don't really think any browser like is quote unquote better than the other. Like whatever browser you are more familiar with or that like works the best on your personal computer is the one that I would use. Like it's not like Chrome is going to give you some huge advantage over Firefox.
Yep.
The one thing that I will say is this is not a fun experience on mobile. Have you been on their member ID site on mobile? I would not do that unless you have literally no other option.
Mm-hmm. And I'd like to address something that Daniel Rivera is talking about in the chat. He's mentioning, does Comic-Con make a disclosure about how many percentage of badges sold before the problems last month or how many are available today? Comic-Con never tells us anything. They just don't talk about that. We have guessed how many are available for open registration versus returning registration, but there's no way to know for sure. Carrie, I think you have those numbers of what we estimated. About half, was it?
Yes, and I was trying to see, I think they did say something about like only a small number had been sold. Like they didn't give an exact, but they used like verbiage,
they said
like
very
a small number. Yeah.
And that tracks with what we saw too. We saw very few people getting through and reporting success compared to usual.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, we even did a poll on our Twitter, which let's see if I can even find this quickly.
So let me, while we're looking for that, A-Trace mentions, don't forget screenshots if you encounter any issues. And then Sir Lister Smeg commented, screenshots if you have no issues. Yes, screenshot. It doesn't matter because you never know when issues may happen.
Correct.
Screenshots are always good. You can always get rid of them later. but you can't bring them back.
Right.
So we did a poll last time, and again, as always, this is very informal, but we had almost 2,900 people who took the poll, which I think is good. And we had only 4.2% of people who said that they were able to get badges during the failed, aborted, whatever word we're using, open registration from October 26th. So very, very small number, I think, was definitely able to get badges. So yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the odds of getting a badge to San Diego Comic-Con. Comic-Con International, as Aaron was saying, does not really release numbers. So our math is very non-scientific. Like, this is, I'm sure this is not accurate, but it's the closest that we've got. So we know that there are around 130,000 attendees of the convention. You got to figure that they keep some for professionals, for press, for panelists, for just other types of groups. So we've always assumed that there's maybe like 110,000 badges up for grabs in total. And we also have always assumed that they roughly split them 50-50 between returning registration and open registration. If the times that they sell out and the two sales are always like pretty equal. So if it's not 50-50, I think at most it's maybe like 40-60. But I truly think that it's pretty dang close to 50-50. So that would mean there's around 55,000 badges up for grabs today. And we don't know how many people are trying. The only numbers that we have came from so many years ago, like
2013.
2014, it looks like. And we knew that 900,000 people were competing. So given that, that would roughly mean that you have about a 6% chance of getting a badge today. What does increase your odds, the one thing that does, is working in a group. Because if, let's say, you're working in a group of 9 people, as opposed to all 9 people needing to get in individually, because you can purchase badges for up to 3 people, only 3 of you need to get in, and then you've got the whole group covered. So working in a group is absolutely the best way to increase your odds of getting a badge and getting the days that you want.
So let's go to some of these specifics. You just mentioned it. You can purchase for up to 3 people. That can be yourself plus 2, or 3 people that you don't even, that aren't you. It's
Correct.
You plus 2 or 3.
You plus 2 or 3 without you.
Or 3.
Yes.
Just
3 badges in
yes.
total, which can include
Now,
you or not.
Now, let's say that during returning registration, you picked up tickets for Thursday and Sunday. So what happens today?
So any days that you were not able to get in returning registration, you can add on today, including preview night. Like, let's say you were able to get all 4 days except preview night during returning registration. Today, you can still pick up preview night if that is the only thing that you are missing. If that is the only thing that you are missing, then it is going to work just a little bit differently. So if you got everything except preview night, you'll actually click buy preview night from the top menu bar. And then on the next page, you'll click, yes, I'm eligible for preview night, and you can go from there. However, if you have not, let's say you need other days, that's not just preview night. The way that it will work for pretty much everybody else is you're chosen, it's your turn to purchase, your toucan has made it to the finish line. So at that point, they will ask you to log in, and then that will take you to a screen that will ask for what member ID do you want to purchase for. And you will put in whatever the first member ID that you want to purchase for is, and then you can ticky whatever days you want to add on that are available. And then you can, there's a button that says like, register another member. You can click that and keep doing it for all 3. If anything sells out while you're in the middle of purchasing this, because even though you have 15 minutes total to check out, inventory is not held. This is very important. So you do want to try to be as quick as you can when checking out. So if anything should sell out while you're in the middle of trying to check out, over on the right-hand side will be like a recap of everything that's in your cart. all you have to do is click, there's a little red X. Just click that and that will remove it from your cart if a day sold out.
Michael Sorrentino, should we answer his question? What if you bought Thursday through Sunday and want to help other people buy? Are you able to? As long as you haven't bought for 2 other people. If you've only bought 1 ticket during returning registration, you'll still be eligible to buy 2 more tickets under your during your session.
I think you might. Are we sure? I feel like you might even be able to like still log in to purchase for somebody else in this.
I would think if, like, let's say you had only bought for yourself, you should be able to buy for other people because you didn't buy for 2 other people.
Someone correct us if we're wrong. I feel like it may not matter at all. Like even if you bought 3 badges last time, like I think it kind of like resets for this sale. But again, I might be completely confused. So if somebody knows the answer for sure, like please tell us in the chat. If you're like, hey, during round 1 of this, I tried XYZ and it wouldn't let me log in. Let us know. So if it does though, like if it won't let you log in, I would also definitely be talking to the people in your group and being like, hey, like I got chosen, but I can't log in. Like, give me your login. And then you should be able to log in under them just fine. And I think in general, that's a good idea, is just to like, especially if you're close friends with them, just ask for their login and then like you can log in as them and then that's not even a question.
Right. Rider the Apocalypse had a question earlier about the text box saying don't share your unique ID or URL.
Oh, yes.
But we didn't get an email with a unique one this time. But after you click in and you're in your member ID, that is unique. Both the address in your URL and the QIT code down at the bottom are unique to you. And if you share that out into the world, someone can actually use that to get into the system and purchase on your link, which then invalidates your purchase as well.
Yes. So if somebody needs the link, just tell them to go to the comiccon.org and click member ID, or alternatively it's comic-con.configio.com. That's the link. But if there's anything after configio.com, like don't share that.
Shannon says you cannot buy for other people if you bought all 4 days plus preview night. So if you are purchased out, you've got everything, including preview night, you can't log in to purchase again. But if you have one day that you didn't purchase, you are eligible to get into the sale.
So again, if you're trying for a friend, like I would just ask for their login and just make sure that you communicate and be like, hey, like I've got a better placement line than you, like just give me your login and I'll log in under you to purchase. Would be how I would handle that situation. Sophia asked, how do you purchase a ticket for another person? Do you buy yours and theirs at the same time? Yes. So again, when you are chosen, you will be able to enter up to 3 member IDs to purchase for. And then after you've added everybody that you want, then you check out. Don't check out until you've like added everybody that you want to purchase for to your cart. There's a little button that just says register another member. So after you've registered one person, just click that little button and then you can continue adding whoever you want.
Should we talk about sellout times?
Yes. Everybody's favorite topic.
Yes. So we're going to talk about sellout times for last year, and we're going to talk about sellout times for returning registration. We're not going to talk about sellout times, obviously, for the truncated open registration last month. So preview night is always the first one to sell out. Last year it was 29 minutes and it was 35 minutes in returning registration earlier this year. The next day to sell out is typically Saturday at 66 minutes. This year at returning registration, that was 75 minutes. Friday, 73 minutes last year and 81 minutes in returning registration. And then usually Thursday and Sunday are running very, very close to one another. Last year, they were at 89 minutes. And during returning registration, it was 94 for Thursday and 100 minutes for Sunday. So you can see they were running pretty close to
Yeah.
time, just a little bit. So if you've entered the waiting room and yours says you have more than an hour wait and that stays consistent and your time doesn't jump forward very much, your toucan is moving fairly slowly. It's getting close to 30 minutes on the clock and you're just looking for preview night, that's probably a good time to start praying, maybe.
Being sad.
Yes, yes.
Rubbing your lucky rabbit's foot, cursing the toucan.
But again, I do just want to stress that, like, with the exception of preview night, more than an hour off the bat is not necessarily a bad thing, because with the exception of preview night, every single thing that we just mentioned was available for more than an hour.
Yeah.
Now, some of those were close to an hour, like Saturday, again, sold out 66 minutes last year, but that is still more than an hour. So if your time immediately says like more than an hour, don't panic. And as we always say, there's no such thing as a bad day at Comic-Con. So we always recommend that, like, if you are comfortable with it, just get what you can. And then on the days that you are not able to get, go to offsites or go explore the rest of San Diego. Like, San Diego is a cool city. There's so much stuff to do that you may not even miss, like, not being in the convention center for a day.
Or you could just pull down the shades in your hotel room and take like a 12-hour nap.
A recovery day.
Yeah, recovery day.
Yes, yes. Trevor just asked, preview night can only be purchased if you buy all 4 days. Is this new? No, this has always been the case. Preview night is not a really like a standalone option. It is only available if you have all 4 days. And that's been the case for as long as I've been going. James might know better than us.
Preview night was not a thing until about 20 years ago.
And at first it was free. It was free when you
had
the 4-day ticket.
The very first time that they did it, I think they just gave you a sticker to stick on your badge to show that you were eligible for preview night.
Those days are long gone.
Long gone.
long gone. Yes. All right, so we are about 8 minutes away from the sale. What do you want to talk about, Erin?
I was just going to mention there's some pricing talk. Should we talk about the pricing?
Oh, real quick. Matthew asked about preview night having a 4-day pass or just 4 singles. As long as you have all 4 days of the regular days, whether you bought them all at once or you bought 2 now and 2 in returning reg, it doesn't matter. As long as you have those 4 days, you can get preview night.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Prices. Do we have prices for individual days?
I can pull it up. Yeah.
Okay. The price for the full complement of prices of tickets is $361 plus a $15 handling fee.
Yes.
That's for every day.
That's for everything all combined. The 3 quote unquote main days, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, those are going to be $80 each. Sunday is $60 because it ends a little bit earlier and there's a little bit less programming. And then on Wednesday, which again is preview night and only available if you purchased everything else, that's going to be $61. So one thing actually that I do want to talk about here is Comic-Con offers special pricing for juniors, military, seniors, which are basically half those rates. Now, if you get through today and you fall into one of those categories, but your price is wrong, go ahead and purchase what you can and then contact Comic-Con after and say like, hey, like I bought these, but I was supposed to get this pricing. Don't like not purchase because the pricing is wrong, because Comic-Con will not be able to help you at that point. They'll just be like, sorry. So go ahead and purchase what you can and then contact Comic-Con.
And what about purchasing for children?
So for children are free if they are 12 and under, as of it's like July 31st. I think. Well, I'm looking for that. Yes, children are free. Sorry, I'm still trying to pull badge policy. If they are 12 or under on July 31st, 2024, then they count as free for 2025.
And do you get
So
those
all you
today?
have to do, you do not get those today. All you have to do in that case is you just show up on site and there's a place where you can go and register them for free on site.
Show up with
Very
the child.
painless. Show up with the child, but
With the
yes,
child.
it is free at that
Yes.
point. Yes.
Like, here is child, give me badge.
Yes.
It is not my child. Do not know whose child it is, but I found one. Take it.
Yes. All right, so we are about 5 minutes away here. Let's all hope that this goes much better than last time.
Real quick, let's talk about, since it came up on the messages, let's talk about paying for it with a credit card, whether it's
Yes.
yours or someone else's, and how it can happen in the 72 hours after.
Yes. So you will check out today with a credit card. There is no way around that. You will check out with a credit card. However, they do not immediately charge that credit card. Instead, that card will be charged at some point within the next 72 hours. Now, that does not mean it will be charged at 72 hours on the dot. They could charge it tomorrow morning. They could charge it tonight. They could charge it like Tuesday morning. Who knows? It's just within 72 hours. So what happens is after the sale ends, after the waiting room goes away and it goes back to just the normal member ID, at that point, if you want to go ahead and pay for your own badge, as opposed to like sending your friend money, you can log in and click pay now. We've got instructions on our walkthrough on how to do that. We'll tweet it again later today. You can go ahead and do that. If you are doing that, I would do that pretty quickly because again, there's no guarantee like when Comic-Con's gonna charge somebody's card. And it's a very nice offering that they offer so that somebody's not stuck paying upwards of, you know, possibly $1,000+ So I really appreciate that they offer this now. I see some folks asking if you can use a debit card. Yes, you can. They take Visa, MasterCard, and
Amex, I believe. They don't take Discover.
Correct. Yeah, I think it's Amex. So yes, but yes, you have to go ahead and check out today with a card. But again, the card will not automatically be charged. So if you want to pay for your own, you can do that. You just have to wait until the waiting room goes away and it goes back to like a normal member ID.
I wish they weren't. I wish they were a little bit clearer on that timeline.
Yeah,
we never know. It's like you keep checking your account, keep looking at member ID. Can I pay yet?
Yeah. Somebody asked, do they put a hold on your card? No, they don't. It's just like you put your card on for now, and then like at some point within 72 hours, they'll charge the whole thing. Unless everybody's logged in and like already paid for it, in which case they don't charge it. But there's no hold.
All right. Is everyone ready?
I think so. We're about 1 minute away here.
Yeah. Good luck to everybody.
Yes.
Don't panic. We're here. We're all together.
Including me, who was also trying for a Taylor Swift drop.
Yeah.
Carrie's focus shifts for 90 seconds.
Yes.
Yep.
If Carrie looks like she's intently doing something, she didn't get in to get tickets.
Something not different. Badges.
It is not badges. You know, it's the Saturday before Thanksgiving. There's a lot going on.
You were not wrong.
Yeah.
And this wouldn't have been an issue if the first sale had been fine. We wouldn't be doing this the week before Thanksgiving. So
you are correct.
The way it goes sometimes.
Yep.
Hey, let's hope this is the second and final one. Let's
Woo! If there's some wood
to that.
Let's knock on wood for
2011 or whatever it was when it took 4 tries.
Oh my god, yes. Ticket leap.
I think it's going, and now
there we go. All right, I've got my toucan. I don't have a time yet, just the toucan dancing.
I think that's supposed to be walking.
I think it's supposed to be walking, but he's definitely not moving.
It's
So
he looks
right
like
now it's
kind of spasm.
yeah.
This is the first time I'm seeing it because I didn't come and be here for the last two, so
Right. Yeah, this is all new for you.
all new,
I hope you don't start hating the toucan like
like everybody.
like some people.
People were posting memes of it like skinned alive last time. I was like, wow.
Oh.
So they need
All right.
to.
My time has just updated. It says more than an hour. So all right, we've got someone in the chat who has a 14 minutes.
Nice.
A lot of more than an hour's. All right, don't worry if it's more than an hour. That's okay. Don't let it get you down. $26 minutes for somebody. And let's see, Damien says that they have somebody who is in already. Nephew
Oh,
is
wow.
in. 8 minutes, 20 minutes. Jasmine's calling. Jasmine has renamed the toucan Terror the Toucan. 4 minutes for Austin Miller. 38 minutes. 17 minutes. That's nice.
Is nice. So I bet that times are a little bit under what they have been for the sale, since it did seem like the sale last time at least worked for a few minutes. Not many. Maybe like maybe like
5.
4?
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
maybe.
Not many.
It was really pretty quick. We knew that there was some sort of
Problems.
problem when we did not see people reporting, especially on Twitter. People weren't tweeting that they had gotten in.
Yeah, agreed. So this is the fun part of the sale. This is
the fun part.
Yeah, because nothing's sold out right now. So everybody, even those with more than an hour, still have a chance to get some really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, when you do get in, if you take some screenshots of your process, just in case anything does happen to go wonky, you want to take screenshots, even if things aren't currently going wonky, just in case. We do not know how many they let in at one particular time. Irish Mixtape is asking that. We're not sure, but they can slow that down at any time if it's getting a little too bogged down, which is why you may see your time go up, which you should not panic about. Stephanie Mahoney is asking if anyone is not more than an hour. Yes, we've had a lot of people mention 17 minutes, 20 minutes, 12 minutes. Somebody was at 4 minutes, 36 minutes. So yes, there are some people who have less than an hour.
Yes, I actually have 11 minutes, it looks like, on one. So let's hope that we're already basically past when things started going haywire last time. So this is already an improvement.
Things are not on fire yet, so this is good.
Absolutely. So for those of you who are lucky and getting through right now, I want to talk a little bit about the next step. So the next thing on most people's mind after they get their badges is hotels. So the general hotel sale, which is for downtown as well as everything hotels, but it's the only sale that includes downtown, that is always in April. There is, however, an early bird sale that is non-downtown hotels, so it'll be like Mission Valley and the airport. You have to prepay for the entire stay as opposed to just 2 nights, and it is non-refundable. But if you don't care about being downtown and you just don't want the stress of hotel apocalypse, like, it is a great option. So last year that it was on November 4th, before open registration. Actually, this year it's very clearly happening at some point after open registration, which I actually think is nice, because I thought, in my opinion, like, I think everybody should know if they have a badge or not before we start putting hotels up. So I'm grateful that they pushed it off, and I would bet that happens anytime now. Like, I could very much see that happening. Probably not like this week because it's Thanksgiving week, but maybe like the week after. So
Let people recover from
yeah,
this purchase and Black Friday and
yeah,
buying a turkey.
yes. Yeah, and I see some folks in the chat talking about like what a nice time they had like at some of the further out hotels. Sometimes they're way nicer than the downtown hotels and way cheaper.
Chill. Way much more chill. And
Yeah.
yes, if you see 2 status boxes, that's okay. A lot of people are seeing 2 status boxes. We're okay with that. So far, they've both been exactly the same. And
yeah. Evic on our team just messaged us. He doesn't even have a time. Like, his is just like a 2K at like the start and no time. But he's also on mobile. So again,
Okay.
let us stress that like their site is not that mobile friendly. So I'm going to assume that's why his is a little screwy.
Nadal softball live. Been stuck on 30 minutes for several minutes now. That's okay. That's all right. Your time may go up or down or up.
Mike asked, is there a shuttle service for these hotels? Most of the hotels do have a shuttle service. They have not released the 2025 shuttle map, but it very rarely changes. So just Google like 2024 shuttle SDCC blog, and you will find the 2024 shuttle schedule.
The trolley
see
also
where all
is
that
fairly
stops.
close to a lot of those hotels, so you can take the trolley as well.
Yep.
Which drops off right across the street from the convention center.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Okay, still seeing lots of folks with good times. Love that.
I do want to comment on something, that the time that you got into the waiting room before is going to have no bearing on how much time you have to wait now. Once the waiting room is open for 90 minutes, at the end of that 90 minutes, when we're all given the toucan, when we get to see the toucan, at that point we're randomized. So you could have been in the waiting room for 90 minutes the whole time. You could have been in the waiting room for 17 minutes. You could have been in the waiting room for 45 minutes. That doesn't matter. You're at this point, or at the beginning of the sale, everybody is randomized. So don't be upset if you were in the waiting room for 90 minutes and you still have to wait more than an hour. That's just the way it works. My status bar is mentioning that you'll have 15 minutes to complete your order once you log in. I do want to say that once it is your turn, your screen will pop up and it'll say, hey, you've been selected. It's your turn. You'll have to click a button to continue. That screen you'll get for 10 minutes. So you'll have 10 minutes to start the process. And then once you've started it, you'll have 15 minutes to complete the process.
Okay, I have 1 minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop off, and I will see you guys here in just a minute.
Good luck to you. Is that 1 minute for Comic-Con tickets or for her Taylor Swift drop? I'm not sure.
Comic-Con
Problem.
tickets. Good
Problem.
drop.
You tickets. Oh,
Yeah, Yeah, it's supposed to be a 9 a.m. or maybe a 9 a.m.
Hmm.
Or no, with these things.
You never know.
Mine has not moved at all, by the way.
No, mine hasn't either.
I keep getting the updates, but I keep getting no movement. As someone says, it's like someone pinned the toucan to the beginning of the board.
Yep.
Is not letting it move. How does the computer choose where people are in line? They have a randomizer on their side on the server. They just take everybody, randomize them, and you get thrown in a line.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep. Oh, somebody's asking if we get in via press badges. There are some press badges available, and we do qualify for those. But you know, we have a really big team, so you know, if we get 2 press badges and there's like actually more than 20 of us, there's still 18 of us that have to try. So even though we're press, we still try. We still have to go through this process.
Every year.
Yep. All right. I am seeing some successes here. Christopher Carlisle got Friday and Saturday. All right, so some people are getting through the process. This is excellent. This is what we like to hear. Has anyone else gotten through to purchase? Oh, I see somebody else got all days, including preview night. Excellent. Congratulations. Kawhi Tanker is wondering how long it takes for all days except Sunday to sell out. I will repeat those numbers for you. I'm going to give you just the returning registration numbers times from this year. Preview night sold out in 35 minutes. Saturday sold out in 75. Friday sold out in 81. And Thursday and Sunday sold out in 94 and 100 minutes, respectively. So if you have more than an hour, still on your time, it's still entirely possible that you could get all 4 days. You may not be able to get preview night if you still have an hour wait, but it was 75 minutes before Saturday sold out in returning registration. So you're all still good.
Bunch of success.
Yeah.
Looks like Fatness Reel all done. Only needed preview night for me and my son.
Nice.
Serenity says got Saturday, all I needed after returning. Mike says just finished all days in preview night. So lots of people having success getting tickets.
Great. That makes me very happy to hear. All right. I am also not seeing any reports. I shouldn't even say this and jinx it. I'm not seeing anybody saying that they're getting kicked back out yet or anything like that. Nothing wonky as of yet. So if you're seeing something wonky, please let us know. I'd like to know if something's going on.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on Twitter too, and it seems like things have been going pretty well. So that's good. It's good.
Nothing is sold out yet.
Nope, and we also have not seen any status bars yet about low inventory.
No tweets, no nothing.
Yes. So Binky asked, Carrie, are you gonna tell us how it went? Yeah, I mean, I everything's available, so I was able to quickly get what we needed for 3 folks on our team. So yay.
Nice.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It does.
For
it does.
sure.
Look, even we have we use a badge buying group. Like it's our internal group, but yeah, like Aaron was saying, we have more people on our team than we can get press badges for, so we gotta purchase for them too.
Plus family too, you know. I gotta secure a badge for my husband too.
But sounds like some people are having issues getting preview night when they already have all 4 days.
Okay.
Okay, so again, I want to talk about this because I just purchased preview night only for 3 people. If you are purchasing preview night only, you click it in the status bar at the top. There's like a little thing that says like buy preview night. If that is the only thing that you are purchasing for, you have to click that. If you are getting it for somebody else, after you click that, it will bring up a screen that'll say like, yes, I'm eligible. No, I need to buy other badges. I went ahead and clicked yes, I'm eligible, even though I was purchasing for other people. And then it took me to a screen again that said like, register for yourself or register another member, put in their information. It found them, and then I just clicked add to cart, and that's how that worked. And then it would add it to the cart. So it is in the status bar if you are looking for preview night only.
And take screenshots if you are having issues with it. And as usual, let's answer it since it did come up. You can buy 3 total badges in this sale. That means you can buy you and 2 other people, or for 3 other people if you do not need a badge. That is it. 3 total. My toucan has moved a millimeter.
Mine still hasn't. There's no blue behind mine yet. And my time has not moved. I know some people who have more than an hour have seen movement. I have not yet seen movement.
And now he just moved 2 more millimeters. I actually saw it move, and still more than an hour though, so it doesn't matter.
Jenny B said they just got preview night, so we're at 18 minutes. Preview night is still available.
Yes.
We're about halfway. We're about at the halfway point as far as where preview night sold out for returning registration.
So it's around 9:17 here, which means that this is around the time as after people got in at the initial sales. This is when that 15 minutes is starting to drop out, which is why it's probably moving a little bit, because a bunch of people who were letting it sit because they were doing, someone else was buying for them, or for whatever reason, a lot of those 15 minutes are now ending, and so more spaces are being made available in the sale. After this, you're not going to be able to tell because people will be entering and leaving at all different random times, so there won't be this big drop off like there was just now.
Matt Magoo. Yep, I was just going to say Matt's asking Carrie about her experience.
He asked if I had any slowness this time buying badges. No slowness. Like, it was really quick. I would click things and it would load like instantly. So everything seems way better than last time. Last time, honestly, the last 2 times were both pretty painful. So this was nice and fast.
Cesar says, got it. First time going.
Yay. I love hearing that.
Nice.
That is nice.
Brian asks, what's the draw for preview night?
Oh, so much.
It's a chance to get on the show floor before a lot of stuff sells out, basically. I think that's the main thing a lot of people use it for. It's because there's no conflicts with panels. You don't have to worry about whether you want to go see a panel or go to the show floor to get an exclusive or whatnot. So it's a good chance to go shopping. If you don't care about shopping, preview night's probably not your thing then. Although going and walking around on the show floor to see everything, because and
getting your bearings is also nice. Getting on commission lists is also an option.
SDCC Ray asks, hey James, what's the card on your wall? This is a common card from Lorcana, but I was playing a game with one of the game's designers, and he wrote on it, be prepared, but for opponent only. So if you play the game, you know what that means. We were playing a team game and 2v2, and we were about ready to lose. So he really quick got out his Sharpie and wrote on the card to let us win the game with this. So it was a joke, and I kept it. It's one of those little moments, a treasured possession kind of thing.
That's super cool.
That is
You
cool.
have several cards that are signed by the artists of cards. Is that correct?
Yeah, I got a lot of them now because at the things I was missing the last two sales for, I was going to the Disney Lorcana challenges in Vegas and Seattle, and there were artists there, and I got multiple cards signed by artists that were there, which was
Nice.
pretty awesome.
Do you play with the cards that you have signed?
Absolutely not. I know a lot of people do. There's people who play with the highest rarity cards in the game, but I do not because I don't have that many. But there are people there was someone who played with like a $5,000 deck
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
championships because he was
That's
using all the
wild.
shiny cards. I'm like, my deck
That's
costs like
brave.
$180, you know?
All right, so we've seen some more successes here.
Yes.
Not seeing any
Yes.
hiccups.
I know things seem to still be going well. I still haven't seen anything in the status bars or from Comic-Con about preview night being low. So this is going well.
Tom, yes, I was in Seattle for 3 days, and for 3 days I was playing Lorcana, so I didn't have time for getting a drink. I would have made time to say hi, but no, I was basically just there for like 9 to 12 hours a day at the event playing games.
Sir Lister, yes, the trolley goes very near some of the early bird hotels. Last year, there were several people reporting that they were getting hotels out there and were planning to use the trolley.
The Mission Valley ones especially have a
Yep.
trolley that is right there.
All right.
My
More
other window
success.
over here is at 6 minutes. So here
Oh
and there,
my.
I'll pop off again. I know.
Goodness.
I know. I keep having good luck with these. I think it's because it's not for me. So like if it was
you know
me,
what?
like I would be
That might
doing
be it.
terrible.
Preview night is not yet sold out. In fact, Bryn Plett said that they had just gotten all days, including preview. So as of right now, which my clock says 9:23 a.m. Sounds like we're still good.
Awesome.
My Toucan's right wing is almost all in the white.
Okay, so you're seeing some movement on yours. That's good.
But I'm still more than an hour.
Yeah, it's still more than an hour, but mine is more than an hour and it hasn't moved at all. So,
so you're like person
yeah,
like 800,000, and I'm like person
right. They're like, you look good at the end of the line, so we're just going to keep you there. I'm the one holding the "this is the end of the line" sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget, if you are buying tickets for other people, don't forget you're going to need the exact member ID. Hopefully you already have all that information and you're not searching for member IDs while you're trying to check out.
Special characters and such matter, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Paul just says I got all 4 plus preview night. That's
excellent.
Awesome. Good job.
Brian's mentioning back in the day we used to pick up our badges on preview night. Purchasing badges?
Heck, back in the day, you used to be able to buy on site. For the next year, you could just anytime during the convention, you could go buy badges for next year.
Caesar, no, Saturday is not, we're not seeing any reports of Saturday being sold out. There's been no update from Comic-Con that's running low, and they usually tweet that and put it on the status ID. So we have not seen that at all. Nothing, as of right now, nothing is sold out. All right. Still seeing movement for people. That's great. the folks in the chat that have gotten through recently, can you confirm that you haven't had any hiccups during the process? Everything went smoothly?
Alex asked, if I bought 2 badges, one for me and one for someone else during returning registration, can I buy for 2 different people during open with my account? Only if you didn't buy one day, whether that be preview night or Friday or whatever. If you have all 4 days plus preview night, you are not eligible to log in as you to buy badges. You have to log in as one of your friends. Caesar asked, can you refund your tickets?
Yes, absolutely. They have a fairly decent return process. You will have to pay, you'll forfeit your handling fee, the $15. And then is there a restocking fee on those, Carrie?
I think so.
I think they thought it was 10%.
Correct, it's 10%.
And there is a cutoff date, but I think it's like in May, right?
Yes, it is May.
Yeah.
It's like May 13th or something.
And don't
It's very
let
close
us
to that.
using the term restocking fee confuse anybody. Those tickets that are returned are not resold. They don't have another resale after or badge sale after this. Last 2 years ago, I guess it would have been, wouldn't it? Was the last time they did the museum sales on eBay for charity.
Mhm.
They did not do that for 2024. Now that they are offering the badges with is it the legendary membership? Is that the name of it? Their museum membership
so.
of the highest tier offers a badge.
I'm in, so I'm gonna do this real quick.
All right.
And then
She's in twice before my toucan has even moved.
I know.
All right, no issues with getting just preview night. Just click on the upper left tab, as Carrie said. That is according to FPM. Thank you for that. And again, we haven't seen any updates from Comic-Con, from CCI, nothing on the status bar indicating anything is close to selling out. So we are at 28, 29 minutes into the sale. Everything is still good.
I feel like Jeffrey's question is a bit of a burn to Comic-Con there, because does anyone know where I can get a good printer to turn the PDF's souvenir book into an actual book? Print it at work. Or take it into, I mean, you can probably find it.
Yeah, Kinko's, FedEx Kinko's, Office Max, they'll do that for you. It is, I will say it is like fairly expensive. I had some high quality PDFs and I think it was 79 to 89 cents per page to get like the kind of quality you would get from the previous souvenir books.
Yeah.
Pamela, if it is not showing your senior price on the initial purchase, go ahead and purchase it anyway. If it doesn't indicate, if it's not reflecting that price, purchase anyway, and then contact CCI after the purchase to have the difference refunded. Don't forego purchasing and then contact them later.
Andy says Costco is a good place to get it printed.
Costco, excellent.
Although, do they still? I know they took away the photo printing, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if they still do that. Maybe it's only online. Online, I think it's. I think they went to one of those online printing companies. Can't remember the name of it right now. Starts with
Kel is asking, is there a way I can double check my member ID is? Not right now. Member ID, the member ID portal is only open for purchasing right now. Although there is if you have forgotten your member ID, once you've gotten selected, it was reported that there is an option where you can look it up then during your purchase process. Of course, that's going to eat into part of your 15 minutes. But right now, unfortunately, no.
Alex asks, wait, so if I get in but already have all 5 days, can I still buy tickets for other people excluding me or not at all? So you can be on the page to get in, and when you get in, the first thing you're going to do is not log in as you. You're going to log in as one of your friends if you already have all 5 days. One of the people you're purchasing for. You cannot log in once you have all 5 days. So you need to log in as someone else, and then you can buy for them and up to 3 badges, just like normal. So no, you cannot log in. You can do the whole process because you don't log in until you're actually in to the sale.
Still, people reporting they got badges. Queen Bee got Friday and Saturdays. So that's excellent to hear. We are really close to the time where preview night sold out and returning registration.
I know. I'm actually shocked that we haven't had like a low inventory.
I keep checking my phone thinking I missed a tweet or something, but
yes, Andy, it's correct. Shutterfly, that's the name of it. I knew it started with an S. That's where Costco went to get your photos printed online. Bryn says you can search your email for a past member ID email. That may be helpful to give you what your member ID is if you've forgotten it.
Excellent suggestion. Oh, here we go. Okay, preview night is running low. If you are in the queue right now, if you're in the purchasing process, you're going to want to hurry up. To be indelicate about it, you're going to want to hurry up.
Type faster.
Yes, they are not. The tickets aren't held in your cart, so it's going to be a race to check out.
And we also just had a whole lot of folks who told us that, like, hey, my time just jumped up. This is why. Is basically they're trying not to have preview night sell out in everybody's cart. So they've slowed down so that basically the people who are in there now can go ahead and finish checking out, hopefully okay. So again, it's all very normal for that time to fluctuate.
All right, well, it's good to see that they are right on the ball. And it's also kind of good to see that it's running really, really close to returning registration.
I know. I honestly thought it would be faster since we had those 4 good minutes last time.
So if you're in the purchasing process, your timer is running. Preview night tickets are also running low. So type as fast as you can.
Sounds like times are starting to go back down again. So I wouldn't be surprised if preview night is not actually sold out.
Yeah.
What info do they ask for when you're purchasing a badge for someone? You need their member ID and their name, correct?
Yeah, I think that's it. And really just their member ID, because everything else should populate.
Yeah, yes.
So if your time is still saying more than an hour, like mine, and you were hoping to get preview night, it's not going to happen. So a lot of people we could see a mass exodus. You could see a small exodus. So your times could be fluctuating here quickly after preview night inventory sells out. All right, on tag says they just got preview night, so they made it through.
The links in your login on the page here, it is a specific link to you once you're in the member ID.
Yes.
But you haven't logged in yet, so it's not specific to a certain login. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yes, exactly. And again, like if you have already purchased, but let's say you have another window that is going to get through, whoever you're going to purchase for, just ask for their login and just log in as them, so long as they also have not purchased for badges. But yes.
I've seen a couple people mention that they got in and then it refreshed and sent them to the back of the queue, and now they're at more than an hour. So that's where screenshots hopefully are going to come in handy. That you took screenshots as it was coming through, and then you can use the contact page on Comic-Con's site and email them and ask them if there's anything they can do, because look what happened.
Yep.
All right, we're seeing some reports of people, their time is jumping up. Once again, do not panic about that. They are more than likely, they are just slowing things down while preview night is selling out, getting close to selling out.
So
You're not getting snaked in line. No one's jumping in front of you. You're still in the same order.
for the last two sales, Saturday sold out 35 to 40 minutes after preview night sold out.
Right.
So if your time is over 40 minutes when preview night sells out, you are on the bubble. You know, if you're at an hour, probably not going to get Saturday, but you have a chance at Friday and Thursday and Sunday.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I'm still not seeing an update about preview night being completely sold out. Just still running low, okay. Jeffrey Yoders is asking, do we know that it can slow down or speed up based on letting people buy preview night? What we know is that they can slow down the number of people being allowed into the purchasing portion of their sale. We've been told they can slow down. So if they're letting X number of people, they can, and that seems to be bogging the system down, or seems to be like taking a while, they can slow that down. So that we do know for sure. That one we're not just guessing about.
And as we mentioned, just remember that any day at Comic-Con is a good day. So if you don't get Saturday,
Yep.
I mean, if you didn't have Saturday last year, then, you know, earlier this year, and you had Thursday, guess what? You had a chance to see Deadpool Wolverine on Thursday, not on Saturday.
That's right. For me, honestly, like Thursday has always been one of my favorite days. Like,
I agree.
I think it's much harder for us now to say like Sunday is as good as the other days now that they basically removed Hall H as well. But Thursday is great. Like Thursday is amazing, guys.
Everybody's so energetic and happy and not run
Yes.
down.
That is
That's
definitely
exactly
part of it.
it.
Yeah. I'm halfway through Saturday. I'm running on empty.
Yep.
Allison Vasquez is asking, when are all the extra things happening, like the activations? All the time. There'll be something going on Thursday. There'll be something Friday. There'll be something Saturday. There'll be something.
Yes.
There'll be something.
Yes, most of the activations run Thursday through Sunday. Pretty much almost all of them, unless they're like very limited things. Like the Penguin last year, I think, was only Friday and Saturday. But for the most part, like especially the ones that are outside, those tend to run like all week.
And we won't know any details about any of that stuff until much later next year. We got like 8 months before we can
You
hear
never
about that. So
know.
although yes, that's true, because we did hear about Paramount's The Lodge was announced fairly early. We didn't have details, but we knew that they were coming back.
Yeah.
And what we mean when we're talking about activations is we're talking about the offsite stuff, the FX having their things in the lawn, Adult Swim, anything like that. That's what we mean when we say activations.
Kaboom987 asked, is there somewhere I can get real-time notifications for activation registration? It's called our Twitter account. Yeah. You just like, you're gonna get all the other notifications as well. Sorry. That's never changing.
Yes. Sorry. And we have had a couple of people ask, and if we have time, maybe we can talk a little bit about social media and where we can be found on social media.
Yes. Yes, we will. Okay, if I only have my login info, but not member ID, because I don't remember it right now, can I still purchase? So your login information, like, should be your member ID. Like, it asks for a member ID and password when you log in. So, theoretically, that should be it. But if not, you can see what your member ID is, like, once you're logged in. If you're maybe somehow logging in with, like, your email. Bixby asks, does the UBlog have a blue sky account? No, we don't. We're still on Twitter, and I'm going down with the ship. Stop asking.
Yes.
We are in other places, though, guys. So, like, if you don't want to be on Twitter, which I understand, we are on Facebook. Our site literally exists. And we have our Discord as well. But that is the extent of what I'm willing to do.
Yeah.
So, sorry, kids, it's not happening. Okay. During last registration, a screenshot and cute number sent to SDCC when I was at checkout payment page, and then the big glitch sent over. They would not do anything for me. So I've heard this from several people, and I think it gets, I agree. I did not really hear about them doing anything this time, but there have been instances in the past where they have done stuff. Yeah.
Preview night has sold out.
Okay. Well, that took a long time.
It did.
10 minutes. This might actually be like the latest preview night has ever sold out.
42-ish.
Okay, so it seems like this is going to be a longer sale than normal. I don't even remember. What was I saying?
I don't remember.
It's fine. All good. Yeah, so preview night is now sold out. So the next thing to sell out will be Saturday, which normally it takes around, yeah, it normally sells out around 66 to 75 minutes into the sale. But since this is slower, like, I also would not be surprised if it was like 80 minutes into the sale. So yeah, about 40 minutes. Okay, folks are seeing their times jump down again. Again, all of this makes sense because, like, as inventory gets low, like, presumably they slow everything down so that things aren't selling out in people's carts as much. And then after it's gone, they speed things back up. Nothing to panic about with the time going up and down.
All right. My little guy, I at least I have blue behind my toucan now, but it's still, mine is still more than an hour.
Yep.
Even. Oh, there are folks saying they still have over an hour.
And that's okay. Like, there is still a possibility that even at this point with more than an hour that, like, you could still get something.
Yes. How long after the sale will we be able to log in and pay? It's going to be after the sale. We know that part. I would check, like, if you're that anxious to do it, I would check, every hour after the sale. You'll know instantly, because you'll actually be able to log in normally and it won't take you to the sale page. But it was a couple hours, I think, after the sale for returning registration that the option came up.
Christian asks, can anyone comment on the whole not getting 10 minutes to check out? So you get 15 minutes to check out. There's a timer. So basically the only difference between that now and the way that it used to be is that inventory is not held. But you definitely still get 15 minutes to check out. And if you didn't, that could be a glitch and you should let Comic-Con know. Because that's happened before in the past where like it's let people through and it's been like you actually have like 30 seconds.
Ugh.
I think mine's moved about 20% maybe of blue. Maybe. Still more than an hour.
Has anyone gotten through on mobile?
I think so. I think I saw
Yeah.
some success on mobile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you
I
can do
agree.
it.
I
It's
think
just,
so.
it's just the site doesn't look great on mobile, so it's more difficult to navigate. It still works. Oof. I think we're going to be here for 2 hours today.
Yep, we might be.
Mhm. I think so as well. I remember when these used to end around my noon bell. We're gonna blow well past that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see several folks in the chat who say they got through on mobile on their
Okay,
iPad or their iPhone. So yeah, sounds like mobile's going okay. I wouldn't do it just because their site is garbage on mobile, but sometimes that's all you got.
Yep. Sometimes you're stuck somewhere with only your phone.
Yeah. So you know how I tweeted last night about like every year somebody tweets us that they forgot about the sale.
Yes.
Left in. Yep, somebody just did.
No, did they really?
Mhm.
So in that case, they just joined the back of the line, right?
Yeah, that's it. They just joined the back of the line.
Not great.
My friend, Little Nick asked, my friend only gave me their email and password to log in. Can I still purchase? No, you need their member ID. Their email is not their member ID. Likely not their member ID. I mean, maybe the first part of it might be, but it's your guess.
Yeah. Anui Cats asks, how do we join your Patreon? You can go to our site and on the sidebar is a link to our Patreon. James and I do a monthly podcast and we do a couple of other podcasts. We do like a monthly giveaway on there. Where I actually have Christmas cards that I need to stick in an envelope and mail off for everybody. And we do, you can get other stuff, like we've got exclusive pens and shirts for our patrons, and all of that money goes right back into our site. It helps keep the lights on. It helps us pay for our servers and do fun stuff for you guys, like t-shirts, giveaways, and stuff during the con. So if you appreciate the work that we do, you can absolutely go check out our Patreon. Committed Comic said it's the best way to get party tickets as well on our Patreon. He is not wrong.
Our own party, to be fair. Our party, not other parties. That we can't help you with.
Janae says, I did want to mention that I did not get the email to this even today. My husband did. I thought that was weird. So on your member ID, you may have checked in the emails, but the settings that you don't receive any emails. There's like 3 or 4 different options of which emails you can receive. And so you may want to go check that to see if you have something checked that is limiting what emails you get from them. That may be why.
Yeah, absolutely. I also, okay, I'm going to go ahead and address this. Jeff, you're being kind of a dick in the chat. And in fact, I'm going to put you in timeout. As far as like why we're not on Blue Sky is like, I just don't want to be. Like, guys, I'm a little bit busy during the convention season writing our news and doing everything else. And like, I just don't have time for another platform. Like, our users are on Twitter. I hate Elon Musk too. Okay. Like, I hate him. But I still believe in like Twitter and our community on there. And if you don't, that is totally fine. No one is forcing you to be on Twitter. So don't fucking force me to be in Blue Sky if I don't want to be.
Right.
We have a Discord, we have a Facebook. Shut up.
Yes. And I also want to mention that no matter what, there's always going to be a hierarchy of news getting posted first somewhere by us. We are physically posting this news on Twitter. We're writing the tweets and we're hitting send. We're writing the Facebook post. We're hitting post. We're copying the links and hitting post on Discord. There's always going to be a hierarchy. So if we add Blue Sky, it's just going to end up at the end of the list. And if you're only following us on Blue Sky, then you're going to find out about the news last. So I'm sorry, but we can only do so much. And I know I mentioned earlier that we do have a very large staff, but the reality is that during the peak of the convention season, it's mostly Carrie doing the posting, the social media posting, while she also works her regular job. When she's not available, or when I'm posting some of the stories, then it's me doing it. But I'm also doing it while I'm doing my regular job. Isn't our
we all
full-time
have regular
job.
jobs, guys.
We all have regular jobs, yes. So we're doing the best that we can.
Okay. Yes. Anyway, I just wanted to address that. Like,
yes,
yes. Like, I understand the reasoning, but we are in other places.
Correct.
And you can also just go to SDCCblog.com. Yeah. Like, all the news actually is on there before it's on.
That's right. That's where you're going to see it. Definitely. Just refresh that every 30 seconds in July, the second week in July. And there'll be something new, probably.
Yep.
All right. So back to the badge sale.
Okay. All right. Moving on. The sale. Yep. Back to the badge sale. So let's talk again about hotels, which will be the next thing for many people. So James, you want to talk a little bit about the difference between the two sales?
Sure. The early bird sale is basically the limited hotels, not typically downtown or very close to the convention center. You have to purchase a block of days, typically 3 or 4 days. You know, you must purchase that many days. It is non-refundable, so make sure you actually want to stay there. You know, and I think most of these are on the shuttle route, so you don't have to worry about being further away. It's a really nice way that if you just want to guarantee a hotel, then it's an easy way to do it. Last year, the early birds went out on November 6th. They have not gone out yet. They should be soon. After this sale, I would assume as soon as the sale is done, you know, we're on a clock for when the early bird happens. The general hotel sale happens usually around April. And that sale is what we call Hotel Apocalypse, and that is when you have a time that it goes live, you fill out a form, and you pick your hotels that you want to stay at. It's all hotels that are available in the hotel sale that are part of their group buy, and you have a chance to get something, and it's based on when you submit that form, so you have to type fast, and that's why we call it Hotel Apocalypse, because, well, something goes wrong almost every year. Or it's just super stressful, and
it's just stressful is really more than anything. I mean, it's a hard situation to be in because there's way more people attending Comic-Con than there are necessarily like available hotel rooms at a decent rate. Because if we let the hotels do whatever they wanted, the hotels would all charge $1,000 a night. So Comic-Con is actually awesome. In my opinion, it's one of the very best things that they do, and we're really grateful for it, is that they work with the hotels to lock in lower rates for attendees. Like, you may not feel like you're paying a lower rate when you're paying like $330 a night, but I promise you that is still less than what the hotels would charge you on the open market. So that's why hotel apocalypse is very important. But yeah, it's always stressful, and people are, you can never please everybody in that sale,
No,
unfortunately.
there aren't enough hotel rooms in all of Southern California for everybody. But
And and I mean, you can stay somewhere in Southern California. You will be able to find a room somewhere. It's just there's too many people who want to stay as close as possible. And it's just the supply and demand of the further you get, the more supply there is. But the demand is all for that few blocks right around the convention center.
Yeah.
Everybody, not everybody, most people want to stay there because they want to be in among the action.
Yeah. Yep.
walking distance.
Yes.
Yeah, the rates are, you may see the rates and be like, that's cheap. And because like the Bayfront, I think you can stay just on a normal like Saturday in summer for like $150, let's say. Maybe $200. And then for the sale, it's $330, I think this year, $350, something like that for the Comic-Con rate. So it is higher, but if you checked the Comic-Con and just on their website, it's like $900. So they know that there are people who want rooms and they will charge whatever they feel like. So the Comic-Con, TCI does do a good job of making sure that all of the hotels that buy in on the sale definitely keep their prices lower than they want, for sure.
Yes, yes. Couple questions about Airbnb. Chaotic Nerd, is it still sketchy to use Airbnb for Comic-Con? I don't know if it's sketchy. I know that every year we hear from people who have had Comic-Con booked for a certain amount of time. It can be weeks or it can be months. And then that reservation is canceled out from underneath them. And it's usually after April, after Hotel Apocalypse. Too late to get anything else. Your mileage may vary. Maybe you're staying at someplace that's far enough out that they're not gonna try to get more out of their rental price. But every year it happens that we hear from somebody. We also unfortunately hear every year from somebody who has purchased tickets not through this sale but through StubHub or Ticketmaster or and those tickets end up not being real. So
let's talk about that.
Yes. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
So the only badges for Comic-Con, unlike most other conventions, are not transferable, which means that like if you decide later that you can't go, you can't just give them to your friend, you can't sell them. The only option that you have is to return them for a refund through Comic-Con. They have a form on their website. The deadline for that is I think like May 13th. And they do keep a 10% restocking fee. You can though, if like, let's say you decide, well, I got all 4 days, but now I can only go Friday and Saturday. You can choose to return just certain days. So again, if that's you, just fill out the form on their website. If you are not able to get all the badges that you want today, do not go purchase anything on a third-party site. No Ticketmaster, no StubHub, no Craigslist, no none of that, no Facebook groups with somebody being like, hey, I can't go, who wants my badge? If they find out, they will cancel your badge. They will cancel the badges of everybody who was purchased with that badge. They have banned people before. So unfortunately, this is, for the most part, the only way to get badges. Now, Comic-Con, through the Comic-Con Museum, does have a legendary membership, which I think is like $1,900. I think.
Something like that. Yeah. 17 or
Something like
19.
that. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. But basically that gets you membership to the museum and a whole lot more, but it also does include a badge to the convention. So that is basically the only other option. Though they used to, Comic-Con themselves used to run from some eBay auctions through the Comic-Con museum, like for badges, but they haven't done that. And they didn't do it last year, and I don't think they're going to do it this year.
So yes, please don't buy things from StubHub or any of those, SeatGeek, Ticket Leap, anything like that. Anything like that.
Yeah. So still seeing several people having success, which is what we
Yes.
want.
Yep.
We are now officially 1 hour into the sale.
Wow.
So the next thing So the next thing to sell out will be Saturday. Timing definitely seems slower this year, which given the issues they had in the last 2 sales, like I would not be surprised if in general they were like, let's just let people through a little bit slower this time to make sure everything works.
Yeah.
So I bet that sells out maybe here in like 20 minutes. If you do have any kind of issues today, make sure that you are taking screenshots. Go ahead and contact Comic-Con National. They may not do anything, but they might. They have before in the past done stuff, so it never hurts to contact them.
Mm-hmm.
King MOV asked, I'm still in the waiting room. Should I be worried? No, everybody is still waiting at this point, is in the waiting room. When you are chosen, then you will exit the waiting room and log in and purchase your badges. But for right now, everybody's still just waiting in the waiting room who's left. And again, everything is still available right now except preview night.
It's funny. Bryn went and checked
Just,
Hilton Bayfront price for one night during Comic-Con, and it's currently $1,600 a night.
See, if they had their druthers, they would they would be charging that. So if it weren't for CCI negotiating with the city, with the hotels for these prices, things would be a lot worse.
yes.
I know,
So
it doesn't seem great, but it could be
Saturday is
it's much better than it could be. Yeah.
James, say
Saturday-
that.
Okay.
Saturday is running low.
All right. Okay, folks. So Saturday is running low. What that means is if you are in the process of checking out, you want to go safely but as swiftly as possible. If you are, if you have them in your cart, they are not reserved in your cart. So it's possible they could sell out from underneath you. At that point, you will have to click the little red X to remove those from your cart before you can continue to check out. So Saturday inventory is running low. You may not be able to purchase. So you'll want to complete your transaction as swiftly but safely as possible.
Yep.
And we are kind of right on time for that. Real close to historic times.
And
So
depending on how
we'll
many people are
see.
currently
So-
in, yeah, it'll take 5 to 10 minutes for Saturday to sell out, most likely.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, because it took 10 minutes for preview night from the time that they tweeted inventory's running low to the time that it actually sold out. So I think we got a few minutes here. So if you're close, just make sure when you get through that you do it quickly, because again, inventory is not held. If it does sell out for you while you're in the middle of checking out, just click the little red X on the right. It'll be a recap of everything that's in your cart. Just click to remove that. If it tells you like you can't check out because Saturday is no longer available. Still seeing lots of folks being successful.
Good. Good, yeah.
What
Just
were you
got
gonna say,
Thursday
James?
through Sunday. Nice.
And for those that are in the, I think we're at this point in the 30 minutes or less time frame, you still have a chance to get at least one day. Over 30 minutes, you're in that bubble of maybe,
Maybe.
depending on how it goes.
But let's reiterate again that any day at Comic-Con is a good day. Even if you only get Sunday, it's still a good day. And one of the benefits to getting at least just one day is that it will entitle you to participate in returning registration next year, which will give you an extra chance.
Jeffrey asked, is that Kermit riding a frog, James?
This is Kermit, and this is a Loth cat. So yes, it is Kermit the Frog from Comic-Con, exclusive from UCC at some point in the last few years. And then I also have right here the Dark Kermit, who is hiding.
Yeah,
Dark Kermit.
Constantine.
that's the best.
Victoria Beck
Okay.
is asking if I go ahead, Carrie.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Victoria is asking if I booked a hotel by the airport already, can they up the price later on? Typically, they don't do that. Like once you make a reservation someplace, they don't. It's typically they view it and it's viewed kind of as a contract, and like you have agreed to pay this particular
Saturday is
price.
gone.
Oh, Saturday is gone,
Okay.
everybody. We didn't quite get
So
it.
the one thing that I will say about what Erin was just saying is that she's right. Like they typically won't update the price on you, but if you score like some amazing, like the Bayfront or any downtown, absolutely done that before when they've been like, whoops, didn't mean to put these rooms up. So that has definitely happened before.
So my toucan is
Okay, I
almost
saw another
halfway.
question.
And still more than an hour.
Wow. Matthew asked, can we do returning registration even if we return our ticket? So yes, no. You have to have had at least one day from the year prior. So if you purchase like all 4 days plus preview night, you can return that, but you have to keep at least one day in order to be eligible for returning registration. Now, the next question that everybody always asks is, do I actually have to attend Comic-Con? Because they have the RFID technology on the badges, and they can tell like if you ever badged in. And the answer is, so far, no. But Comic-Con reserves the right to change their mind on that, especially, I assume, if too many people seem to be abusing that. But they also recognize that like things come up, you know, people have family emergencies. Like maybe you've been going to Comic-Con for 20 years, but like you had a family emergency this year and you didn't return your badge. They're usually pretty lenient. So as long as too many people are not abusing that, no, you do not have to have actually attended. You do have to have at least paid for and kept one day badge. OpenGS, so preview night is sold out and Saturday is about to. No, both are sold out. Both preview night and Saturday are gone. So the next thing to sell out is
Friday.
who wants to take it?
which sold out at 81 minutes in returning registration.
For about 30 seconds, mine said 58 minutes, but it's back to more than an hour now.
Oh boy.
That's funny. Okay, so this is really interesting to me, honestly, because preview night took longer to sell out, and then Saturday now is taking less time. So it seems like either we've like way sped things up, or
they gave us the warning for
way earlier.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, but even, I mean, the warning shouldn't matter. Like, these are the actual sellout times.
Yeah,
you know, like preview nights. Yeah. So I don't know.
So we're tracking 7 minutes longer for
very
preview to
interesting
sell
to
out.
those of us that like to look at these numbers.
Yeah, 2 minutes less for Saturday to sell out.
So Friday has sold out roughly, what is this? Like 7 or 8 minutes later. 6 to 8 minutes
Yes.
later.
But that was 11 minutes later.
Yeah.
Before.
And
So we could be looking at a Friday sellout anywhere between 7 minutes in the 7-minute range up to the 18-minute range.
Someone else, first time getting badges. Any suggestions to make the process quick for 3 badges? Slow, not slow and steady, but steady, and just understand that the process is a little convoluted. So just make sure you're clicking on the things and
Have the member IDs of the other people you're purchasing for, have them handy and
Yeah.
correct.
it's better to have them on a
Yeah.
notepad or something that you can just copy and paste them in instead of trying to type them out. So you get them
Yes,
exact.
Absolutely.
And no, Megan Abbott, is early bird out yet? No, they have not put early bird hotels up yet.
But
Wow.
I would expect that to happen like at any time.
Anytime.
It was November 4th last year, which was before open registration. So I'm actually really glad that they moved it now to after open registration. But I bet you it's maybe like first 2 weeks of December would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Thursday and Sunday.
Friday.
Oh,
Friday is running low. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Thursday and Sunday will
that's
be
pretty normal timing.
how many minutes after Saturday sells out? Looks like about 20 to 25 minutes after Saturday is when Sunday and Thursday sell out. Sometimes at the same time, sometimes Sunday takes a little longer. I am down to 45 minutes, by the way. I am no longer in the more than an hour club.
I am still in the more than an hour club. Luckily, I don't actually need the tickets because
Yeah.
uh,
I was
Yeah,
just
we
like,
got,
An
yeah,
we
angel-
got our whole group.
an angel got my tickets for me earlier. That angel is Carrie.
That was the
Yeah,
last.
if
bad
I was
sale, but
relying
yes.
if I was relying on just myself, I skunked it with more than an hour for every sale so far. So not good luck for me.
I'm telling you, I only have good luck because I'm not trying for me. Like if
Yep.
I was trying for
I
me, it would
really
be
believe
like
that. I'd be like,
nothing.
no, not for you. We'll give you some karma points for trying for other people.
It's red from 2011 that went like absolutely terrible. The ticket leap year we
Yeah.
never speak of. I think they said they managed to sell like 1,000, but I managed to get one for Jackie because that was the one year she went. So I was like, yeah.
Wow.
And then they held it again a third time.
yes, the year of the let's do a test sale.
Mhm, mhm.
And then that
And they
failed.
never used ticket leap again.
All right, more success.
Let's reiterate for Rick McMaster, who asked, I buy Sunday only but don't attend. Can I do the returning registration for 2026? Carrie just went over this, but the official answer is that, or the official stance is that they have the right to not let
Change
you.
their minds.
Yeah, they can change their mind. They haven't yet. Even if you didn't activate your badge by scanning in at the Comic-Con, you should still be able to participate in returning registration, but that could change at any moment.
Yes, absolutely.
Leah Mendoza is asking about the allotments for badge. How did the allotments for the badge work again? If you're asking how many badges are available for each portion of the sale, returning registration and open registration, we only have somewhat educated guesses. We were guessing about 55,000 available in each one, or 110,000 total, split either 50-50 60/40, something like that. But we don't have any word from Comic-Con, never talks about that, never officially says.
Nope. And I'm sure if you ask them, they would, if
They
you
would
not,
not.
they're not
Yeah,
gonna
this
tell
is just
you.
something they just don't talk about that kind of stuff.
Shalina asked about going solo if you're going alone. And Bella has a good reply. I've attended solo for many years. I've made friends in panels while standing in line everywhere. Go have fun. You aren't tied to anyone else's schedule.
Absolutely. I love doing Comic-Con by myself on the
Yeah.
years that I have. It can be really fun. And if you're looking for a good way to make friends, join us in making friendship bracelets. James has a very nice shirt on right now with a friendship bracelet. You can make actual bracelets because we will definitely be doing that again and having meetups again. And people last year, I mean, even just in like panels and at parties, like I saw people without me like trading bracelets. So, okay, Friday's gone.
Friday is gone.
Wow.
It took a little longer after Saturday than some of the previous times.
Yeah. Okay, so right now we seem, with the exception of preview night, to be more on last year's timing. So like last year, Saturday sold out at 66 minutes, this year 64. Last year, Friday sold out at 73 minutes, this year 75. So pretty close. So assuming the rest of this stays the same, last year, Thursday and Sunday sold out at basically the exact same time at 89 minutes. Okay, so that would be here in about 14 minutes or so. So I bet that's what we're looking at.
Mine is at 31 minutes. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Has your feeling about the toucan changed during this past hour and 18 minutes? Are you looking at the toucan with the same love in your heart as you did at the beginning?
Of course, because mainly because I have no skin in the game. I just had it up to watch it and have it on my screen. I did not need to get tickets, so I didn't have any emotional, I was not stressed about it. So yes, the toucan is the toucan.
That skinned toucan that somebody sent me last time also had no skin in the game. All
right, still got people getting through.
So
Thursday and Sunday.
said, yep, Thursday, Sunday. XO Fishbowl said, I went 5 years in a row, been trying to get tickets for 9 years now, no luck. So again, if you are not successful, the best thing that you can do in the future to increase your odds is to work in a group. There are Facebook groups. I'm sure there's Discord groups. Even just like rope in your friends and family in real life and be like, hey, this Saturday, you're going to help me and sit here for 2 hours. Sorry.
Yep. I'll buy you dinner, whatever you need to do to bribe people.
Yes. But that is truly like the best thing that you can do to increase your odds. So it's not just you. Yeah.
S3 crypto. Did James get his James has secured tickets?
Yeah.
So he's just in the queue just to see. He's like me. We just want to belong. We want to feel like we're part of the fun. Yes.
It takes so much work to get to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
It's the first stage.
Yeah, Jeffrey Yoders makes it a point. I agree with you that groups make it easier, but it really does become a job when you're going to that level. Honestly, everything about Comic-Cons feels like a job sometimes.
Especially for us, but yes. I mean, there is no experience that compares though.
No.
I should probably not be saying that because most of the people still watching this probably like don't have badges, but there is there's nothing else that compares. Like, it is worth the work. So this is definitely not a beginner's convention. Like, you have to be willing to put in the time and the effort. And
Yeah.
you guys already are. Like, you're sitting here watching a podcast about
Correct.
buying a
A
comic
podcast that you know about, obviously, because you followed us on social media at some point, which means you did some research to find out how can I find out more about Comic-Con. So you've already done some of the hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, we've got some people second year trying and finally got tickets Thursday and Sunday. That's from Justice. See, you did it. So high
And
five. I'm giving you your high five back.
And Sherry the Geek said that if anybody needs Thursday and Sunday in the chat, that they'll help them out. So
Oh, that's so sweet. For folks like us that didn't get preview night, what is Wednesday preview night like? We talked about this a little bit earlier, but let's say it again. Preview night, there's not usually panels going on, so it's mostly just on the floor, on the exhibit floor. A lot of purchasing. You know, the exhibit floor is open. People are selling stuff. Companies are selling stuff. So it's what, 3 hours long usually? Is that right? 6 to 9? 6 to 8?
Yeah, 6 to 9.
6 to 9. Okay.
Yeah, 6 to 9.
Good chance to get a head start on shopping. But I will say, honestly, like, so I tried to pick up some stuff on preview night for somebody this year, and the line was absolutely insane. And by 4 o'clock on Thursday, there was no line whatsoever. So sometimes preview night can get a little bit crazy in that way.
Yes, it absolutely can. I always feel like preview night is a good time to check out like the mid-size booths. So like, you know, like go pick up your Toddland order, go. I don't even know like what is a mid-size booth these days. My brain is like done. But yeah, or even like some of the small people. Like I actually love doing Artist Alley on preview night because it's way less congested.
Yeah. It's a good chance to book some commissions if you haven't pre-booked them.
Yes. Yes, and some folks only open up their commissions at the convention.
That's true.
And if you don't get preview night, it's a good chance to walk around. You know, come in on Wednesday anyway, and you get settled. You're ready to go for Thursday. You might end up waiting in a line overnight if you need to. Who knows?
Yep.
But also it gives you a chance to walk around downtown and see all the outsides.
And consider how many issues Delta had this year. Like you never know what's going to happen with the airline. So like give yourself some buffer, like in case crazy things outside of your control happen with travel, because they definitely can.
Yep. That's a very good point. Someone's asking, please discuss the return badges sale. Well, there isn't a return badges sale. There hasn't been for many, many years.
10 years. 2014 was the last one.
2014 was the last one. So there hasn't been one. Any badges that are returned between now and the deadline in May will not be resold in a traditional manner. As of last year, the only way that you could get tickets after the sale was purchasing the legendary membership for the museum, which comes with a 4-day plus preview night badge. Now that could change. They could go back to doing
the eBay sales.
eBay sales, which they do to raise money for the museum. That's something that they have done in 2022 and 2023. They did not do it for 2024, but they could do it again. But there is no resale sale like this where you'll be able to log in and try to get return badges. That just hasn't happened for a decade. I don't think it's going to change now.
Yeah. I don't either.
Yeah. All right, are we still seeing people getting
Okay,
there?
so yes. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm going to retweet this. So Sarah on Twitter just messaged us and said, "Who do I contact? I was let into my tickets and it kicked me back into the queue." So this is actually one of the first like real issues we've heard of in
Mhm.
this sale. But if this does happen to you, Comic-Con has a contact form on their site. Make sure that you contact them. If you have
And we
any
haven't,
issues
yeah, we haven't
whatsoever.
had many reports of that happening this time. There were quite a few during returning registration, and several of those ended up being attributed to the fact that they weren't actually eligible for returning registration. And so they were kicked back out because they weren't able to purchase.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And you never know, it might be a situation where, again, like if you, let's say you have two separate browsers and one gets in and you get in and purchase. If your other one gets through, don't use the same login. Like if you, whoever you're purchasing for, like message them and be like, give me your login. Login is them. Purchase those. Like you can't log in twice and within the same sale.
Has yours gone under an hour yet, Aaron?
Yes, it says 11:15 Pacific time, so 49 more minutes. And I am at, my toucan is exactly at the halfway mark.
Wow, you were far back.
Yeah.
Woo.
All right. Well, it
Okay,
looks like
actually, it looks like this happened more than once. Somebody
Okay.
else
got kicked
tweeted
back.
us and said, "Yep, chicken got to the end twice, and both times instead of going to registration, I was sent to the back of the line." So it looks like that
Ouch.
did happen to at least a few people. FYWA said my junior's name isn't listed at checkout. Is this an issue? I mean, so long as you added them to the cart and like it found them, I think it should be fine. I would take a screenshot, but like if they're in your cart, just go ahead and check out. There's suffix still delimited now. Yes, like if you have a suffix, that counts. Like you have to put in the last name exactly as it appears in the member ID, including the suffix. And
Yeah,
that happened with this whole changeover to the new system back in.
So what you want to do in the future, it doesn't help you now, but in the future, you go into your member ID and you highlight and copy and paste what it says in your member ID, and that's what you give to people, so they have it exactly as it is in the member ID for what you have. It's really the only way to guarantee that someone uses exactly what you have.
Big congratulations to Fernando, who just got Thursday and Sunday. Will be their first time going. Yay! Good, good, good.
That's awesome. I do see somebody else, unfortunately, who says that they also waited and then got kicked out. That's no fun.
Yeah.
That's no fun, guys.
It's interesting that we hadn't heard until now. You know that.
I know. And maybe we just missed it because one person did tweet us. It looks like about 20 minutes ago, and I just didn't see it.
Okay.
I'm actually at 4 minutes.
So Thursday and Sunday should be selling out here, I would think, fairly soon. So we're about 1 minute away from when they sold out last year. And we seem to be roughly on last year's timing. So I would expect at least like inventory is running low message here pretty soon.
Yep. Congrats to Giovanni too. They got Sunday tickets. They can't attend on Thursday, but they at least got Sunday. First time first time attending. Fantastic. They're gonna have a great time.
Trevor asked, when do they usually publish the quick guide? Do they even publish a quick guide anymore? They do, don't they?
Isn't it like right before the very end? Like
yeah, I
right
feel like
before
that's like one of
show
the
starts?
last thing that
Yeah.
happens.
Riyadh, you'll need to contact.
Okay, this year,
Comic-Con.
yeah. Okay, so it looks like they combine. Yeah, any issues you have, use the contact form on the bottom of Comic-Con site.
And yes, like Jeffrey Yoder says, Sunday is a good day too, especially if you buy comics. It's a good shopping day. My little guy's still moving, but we're at 33 minutes, so don't think that's gonna happen.
Nope. Nope, I don't either. Mike asked, do you think this is the last year in San Diego? No, I do not.
No. For many reasons.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
So I would not stress about that too much. Most of the time when Comic-Con International like makes those kind of like, well, if the hotels don't work with us, like we might have to move. It's mostly like their way of bargaining with the hotels, like to get them to sign on for those lower rates we were talking about earlier. But
yeah,
you really don't need to worry. So don't stress about that.
Maria is going to be coming back on Sunday. It's been 7 years since they've been to Comic-Con. So congratulations. Nice. That'll be awesome. And again, there'll be lots if you want to come in, Saturday or Friday and do all the outside stuff. There'll be plenty to do. There always is.
Absolutely. And we know a site you can follow.
Yes.
To get all the information about those offsites.
Yes. Paulette is wondering if my pro badge gets approved, can I return my Thursday and Sunday badge? No problem. Yes, they are quite good about that. I think because they know that it's not an exact science of when they can get those pro badges approved. So if you are approved and you get a badge through your pro, they will return your purchase badges.
Yes.
Absolutely. Carrie, do we have a theme for our blog party? And are we having a blog party? We don't know yet.
To be determined. Yes. TBD. I think we have a theme.
We have several themes.
It happens this year or next year.
Yes. Several themes, milling them out.
Trevor asks, how do you plan your days at Comic-Con? Well, Carrie has spreadsheets.
Yes.
Lots of people do spreadsheets. I think
some people wing it, and those people are brave. Those brave souls that wing it.
Yeah, so I think what a lot of people suggest, this main thing we suggest as well, is you pick one thing you want to do each day as your must-see, and then you fill in the rest of the day with hopefuls, and you plan around that must-see, and everything else is a bonus. Because usually it's difficult to do a wide variety of things each day because of the time it takes for waiting in lines and so on.
Mars 333, do you suggest buying whatever's left to increase chances for returning registration for next year?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
buy a day.
Yes. Yeah.
There's 2 days left and you can make it both days. Buy both days. You can't make it and they continue to allow people who have a badge, whether they scanned in or not, to buy the next year. Absolutely.
Yep. Again, there's so much stuff to do, you guys. Like the offsites can absolutely take up a whole day. And even if you don't want to do offsites, like go explore the city of San Diego. There's a bunch of stuff to do, or even just like have a staycation like in your hotel room,
It's San Diego, people.
Yeah.
Even doing normal stuff is in San Diego is better than being at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
do we sign into our accounts to change the credit card info, or do we have to give our credit card info to the person who got us the badges? You sign into your account and you click the buy now or purchase now or whatever the button says to pay for them now. Pay now, whatever it is. You do that, and then you
Yes.
put in your credit card and you purchase them.
And
We
again,
will
you're-
tweet out that information. Again, you
Yes.
cannot do it until the sale is over and the waiting room goes away and it goes back to like a normal member ID page. But yes,
Right.
we will
So you
absolutely
cannot-
tweet out again.
SDCC Ray, it's not allowing me to sign in and buy. Yes, that is correct. You cannot do it right now. Right. When is the best time to buy airline tickets? I've already bought mine.
I know. I'm like 3
Yeah.
months ago.
Yeah, I've already bought mine, but you know, it varies. I come from a very small market that doesn't have a lot of options. So, and I like a specific airline, and I like to come out on specific days and I like to have the best choices. Some people are like, I'll take whatever's available that gets me there. It's only an hour flight, you know. So really that's a personal thing. I would start
Thursday-
tracking prices now.
Thursday inventory is low.
Thursday low. Okay. Are we on track for what we were expecting?
I mean, we're actually a little bit slower here.
A little long,
Yeah, so we're at 95 minutes right now. Last year it sold out at 89. So I don't know. These times have been a little bit all
Yeah,
over the
we're a
place.
little bit closer to a returning registration time for Thursday than
Mhm.
we are.
Yep. Okay, so Bazinga004 asked, if no blog party, I hope you still have cups of water meetup at the Omni. So I can guarantee you 2 things, and that's basically all I will promise for Comic-Con 2025 is 1, yes, we will do cups of water. That is happening for as long as anybody is willing to show up. And then 2, we will be doing friendship bracelets again, and we'll be doing meetups for those. We had a lot of fun with you guys on those, so those will definitely be back. The party, we just have to decide if we're doing it again this year or if we're taking a year off. So
Jeremiah got Thursday and Sunday, first time going. Congratulations. Yay. Love to hear it.
nice. You're gonna have a great time.
Yes. Ed from Utah. Someone else got me badges today and they trust me. Can they pay for my badge or must I? That's between you, the 2 of you. You know, obviously if they pay for it, you'll want to pay them directly. But if you want to pay for your own badge sometime later today, after the badge sale has completely shut down, you'll be able to log in and pay for your own. Which
So
might help.
this one's interesting to me. So Comic-Con news follower tweeted us, I finally got in, added badges, read disclaimer, the website glitched, crashed and lost network message. I just let it sit there for a second. I did hit reload, waited, and it popped up disclaimer again, and then the purchase worked. So again, it does seem like some of these later sales have had a few more issues.
Yeah.
Their computer's getting tired.
That toucan, he's running out of steam.
Yeah. Claudia, yes, Friday is sold out. We are down
And
to Thursday's running low. There are still some Sunday badges.
Yep.
We're-
Yep.
I got 17 minutes on my toucan.
Wow.
I've never seen it so low.
They'll let you get down to 2 minutes.
Right, and that'll be
Like-
done.
Hold out.
Yes, indeed. And Trevor is asking if we announce our meetups. Yes, we announce everything in advance. Let people know.
Kind of.
Kind
So
of.
for
Well, yeah.
cups of water, look, we announce it on the Patreon, but it's always Sunday morning at the Omni.
Yes.
We don't tweet about it beforehand, but it's always Sunday morning at the Omni.
We had a
Always
great schedule for bracelets last year, though.
too early on Sunday, let me tell you.
Yeah, early on Sunday. It's a cups of water. You got to get up early.
Like every year, Saturday night, I'm like, oh, I have to get up when?
That early.
After 3 days of Comic-Con, it's early. Getting up in years, you know.
Oh, Lord. Lucy Loud said, I guess James being here gave me luck for all days and preview night an hour ago. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is this for this, the sale is gone, James. And it's clearly because you're here.
Mm-hmm.
So no more Lorcana tournaments for you if you want.
Ever.
Ever.
I'll talk to the Lorcana people about schedules.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah. Get on that. Willard asked, is cups of water code for something? No.
No.
We stand outside the Omni. We have little plastic cups that at least have our blog logo on them. Thank you very much. And we give you that and a mini bottle of water. And we say, here's your cup of water. And that's literally all it is, guys. But if you, like, some of you, for whatever reason, want to actually talk to us, so, like, this is just a weird, chill way to do that. And it's all because our joke for many years was like, I don't know if we're going to have a party, but at the very least, like, we will stand somewhere and hand out cups of water. So that's what we do.
And we
It's
still
the
have
dumbest thing we do.
It is dumb. Yes.
It is the dumbest thing that we do, but we like it. So we keep doing it.
Well,
Trevor asked, do you guys do WonderCon? We do WonderCon. We don't all go, but at least someone on our team is there every year, and we do cover WonderCon.
it's a much easier convention to cover.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right.
After at Drunk Obi-Wan, after a weekend of drinking, the cup of water we give out is not enough water. You should go hydrate much more.
Yeah, do not rely on us. Do not rely on cups of water to hydrate yourself. They need to have the SpongeBob hydration station. That needs to just be everywhere, every year.
Corey says it's not dumb. It's always pretty fun getting to talk to everyone. Yes. No, the actual thing of what we're doing, of chatting and whatnot, is actually very cool.
That's fun.
Love doing
that's
it.
Fun.
Yeah.
But the fact that we call it cups of water and we're doing it because of some dumb joke we made a decade ago, that's the dumb part.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yes.
I'm not like we enjoy cups of water. We would not keep doing it. Like, it's really fun for us, but no, it's like the idea is so dumb.
Motor World Hype Ass, is buying all 4 days direct from Comic-Con any cheaper than buying the Legend membership from the museum? Yes, it is.
Much.
It is about $300, just under $400 after fees for all 4 days and preview night, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it is $1,700 or $9. It is almost $2,000 for the Legend membership from the museum.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Christy asked, are friendship bracelets coming back? We're at least doing them. I hope you guys all do them again too, but we will definitely be doing meetups again, and we will be encouraging you guys to make some friendship bracelets. So.
And then someone asks, is WonderCon worth it for book fans? I like SDCC because there's ARC giveaways, special editions of books, and etc. There are some books at WonderCon. Everything is less. It is a smaller convention. Everything is less.
But WonderCon does have so Mysterious Galaxy, which runs a ton of signings during Comic-Con. They also do a ton of they have a good chunk of signings. So if you're into like meeting book people.
Fanciest booths at WonderCon last year was actually for a book release.
Very nice.
Science fiction
fantasy
book release. I can't remember which one it was, but it had like a booth walkthrough. It had like video wall or something like that. It was set up, and it was for a book, and I was
You're like,
amazed that
people
someone,
read.
yeah, not that people, I mean, people read. But no, I was just amazed that someone went through the work of getting a booth like that for a novel at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wanted to point out that Manish said, Aaron, love the pug picture. Go pugs.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here's a real pug.
Yay! Yay! That makes my day. Here's a real pug.
Was the real pug? Yes.
Sweet.
Okay.
Oh, and they're also
Manish-
wondering about our Discord that you mentioned.
Yes. Okay. So I will tweet. You guys are gonna have to go on Twitter. I will tweet after this the link again to our Discord if you guys want to join in there. You can also email us at info@SDCC UBlog if you don't want to go on Twitter to get it. Emily asked, how does Comic-Con compare to New York Comic-Con in size and events? So New York Comic-Con,
We've got a whole Patreon show about that, do we not?
we do. So New York Comic-Con counts their badges differently, and I know this for a fact because I actually asked like the owners of Repop several years ago. Like I interviewed them. I was like, let's talk about how you count and how many badges you sell. So whereas Comic-Con is like they count attendees, which means that like if I have 4 days plus preview night, I am one person. I am one attendee. New York Comic-Con says we sold, like, if you have all 4 days, you are 4 people. They count you 4 times. So it's not apples to oranges. So San Diego Comic-Con definitely has more attendees, especially when you learn how New York Comic-Con counts. But New York Comic-Con's fun. It's definitely smaller. It's definitely different. You don't get any of the like campus feel that you do, but it's got its perks. And yeah, we've got a whole bunch of podcasts on our Patreon talking about New York Comic-Con.
Thursday is out.
Thursday's
That's
out.
what we're seeing. Thursday's out.
That
Okay.
was quite a bit longer.
108 minutes? Is that right? 106 minutes? Is that where we're at? Is my math right?
I think so.
So back to the great SDCC versus NYCC debate. Yeah, it's just I think it's a different vibe. I'm speaking of it from attending a different ReadCon, which is C2E2. Yeah, they're just different.
If
But
you
Sunday running
look,
late. So
okay, Thursdays, Sundays, right? If you are someone who is like over how much hard work San Diego Comic-Con is and wants like a convention, a lesser experience, but on easy mode, New York Comic-Con's great. If you are someone who likes the hard work and believes like if I put the work in, like I get the reward for it, like San Diego's your con. There's no experience like it, including New York. New York Comic-Con also like is pay to play, which means the more you spend, the better experience you have.
Which is very, very common with conventions across the entire country right now. Not just ReadPop, but all kinds of conventions.
It's basically every convention except the ones owned by Comic-Con International. Yeah.
All right, Sunday running low. So we're getting close to the end, folks. If you're like me and your little guy says, well, actually mine only says 3 minutes, so I might actually get lucky.
it's going to say 2
You were
and
right.
it's going to be done.
Yep.
I was right. I called it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's do it. Do it. 2. Let's go for 2.
I want to be right.
What is something you enjoy most about San Diego Comic-Con? Chihuahua asks.
I think for me, it's evolved over the years. At this point, it's the thing I enjoy most is doing doing the blog
Oh, thanks.
stuff.
Okay. We have a lot of fun. We have so much fun, honestly, like behind the scenes, even though it's chaotic.
It is. chaotic.
Yeah. For me, it's pretty much always been panels, but I love offsites. Like, and the thing that I love the most about San Diego Comic-Con is the diversity of like what it brings. Like, it's not whatever you're into, like, they'll have something for you. I'm into some weird niche stuff, and like, I'm never bored.
Yeah, it's
What about you, James?
the opportunity to have or get personally relevant experiences and items. There are so many things that have happened that are once in a lifetime kind of things that just would not be able to happen anywhere else.
But yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. It's just there is no experience that compares. Like, there's really not.
It's a grind. I'm not dumb.
It
I have mentioned, you know, with the 3 days of Comic-Con and then needing to wake up on Sunday morning. It's the truth. It does take a lot out of you. I mean, in my younger days, I could go no problem but you know, over the years, what's the Indiana Jones? It's not the years, it's the mileage. You walk a lot of miles at Comic-Con.
Yep. It's a lot of work at the beginning. It's a lot of work during it. It's expensive.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Even if you're not having to fly in, if you're just driving in, you know, if you're staying in a hotel, the whole thing can be very expensive.
Carrie, you're going to do a wrap-up article after this, correct?
Yes.
All the
Sure
information
will.
about it and things sold out and all of that.
Yes. Yep.
So for those who are interested in the numbers, Carrie will put those up on the site at some point.
Bixby asked, but why is the fulfillment room so far away? So first of all, thank you for still calling it the
Yes.
fulfillment room. Not the programming premiums room. That's the worst name ever. But that is also my question. It is one of the things that's one of my number one complaints about San Diego is that stupid room. It's so far.
Yeah, especially on a Sunday afternoon in one of the years where it's like super
Awful.
humid.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait out in line in the sun because everybody's going, and you're like, ugh. It's a long walk, then it's a long wait, and then it's another long walk. It's like, come on.
Especially on Sunday when you've already walked so much.
Yes.
But I've got to get that
You got whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
that poster that 6,000 other people have that
Yeah,
gonna
something.
probably damage and then throw away at some point weeks after Comic-Con.
But it's so important in the moment.
In the
Yes.
moment, I
Yeah.
must get it.
It's proof that you were there. You were in the room where it happened.
Yes.
I mean, I could just show the ticket, right?
That's true.
We do have strong feelings about the fulfillment room next year.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be someplace in the Marriott they can have it. Please,
Think.
maybe, please.
You would think.
Yeah. Oh,
Manish got a good idea.
Sunday's
Sit at the bar in the shade.
getting a report that Sunday's gone.
What?
Yep, we're seeing Sunday.
All badges are gone. They tweeted.
Yep, all gone.
Yep. All gone. Okay, that is a wrap here at just under 2 hours. Crazy.
That's
So-
a little longer than normal, but kind of to be expected if they wanted to play it safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us today. Hopefully this was helpful or entertaining. And hopefully you were successful at getting badges. If you weren't, we're so sorry. Again, the best thing that you can do to help increase your odds next year is to join a badge buying group. There are Facebook groups. I'm sure there's Discord groups. Again, you can like get your real life friends and make them help you out. Just the more people you work with, the better your odds are. For our end, our regular podcast season will kick off probably like first week in May, right, James?
For Comic-Con, the season kicks off at the beginning of May. We will, however, have 2 special WonderCon episodes, one before and one after.
Yep.
So just look forward to that. That's, late March, mid-April is when we're going to do that, depending on when WonderCon is, which we know, but I can't remember right now. And then we'll do every week leading up to Comic-Con, starting in probably the first week of May.
Yep. So the next thing that will likely happen if you were able to get badges today, the next thing on your list is going to be hotels. Again, we expect early bird to launch any day. Those are non-downtown hotels. You pay in full, they're prepay, they're non-refundable. But if you just want a hotel and don't care about being close, those are a great option. And then the general hotel sale will very likely be in April because it's pretty much always in April. I will also tweet out, I'm going to tweet out after this how to pay for your badge. If you want to go ahead and pay for your own before it charges cards, I will tweet out a link to the Discord. And I will also tweet out the list of like timeline dates so that you can see when things have happened in the past if you have any questions about like, well, when does this happen? When does this happen? So, okay, I think.
What's the name? What's the current name we don't like for the fulfillment room?
What's the real name?
Programming
Programming
premiums.
Programming premiums. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you're wondering what we were talking about with fulfillment room, you can look up programming premiums in a recent post on the Comic-Con site and see what it is. It's basically where you go and get free stuff that they gave you a ticket for during a panel.
Yes. Real quick, let's also mention that we have a Patreon. If you appreciate the work that we do, there's a link on our site to our Patreon. All of that money goes right back into the site. It helps keep our servers going. It pays for things like the Zoom that we are doing this podcast on right now. And it also pays for giveaways that we do for you guys at the convention. So if you appreciate the work that we do have a Patreon.
Can you do the hotel sale, and if that fails, get an early bird hotel, or does early bird sell out?
Early bird, they will close before
Yeah.
they open up the general hotel sale. Like it is not one or the other. Like early bird will literally like close and they won't
Day
accept
before
anymore.
the
Yeah.
hotel sale.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess that's it. You guys know where to find us, right?
Yeah.
What do I have to say
We'll
here?
be in the
Aaron.
same places.
Aaron, where can we find more you on the internet?
You can find me on the internet on all the socials at Bavarian Aaron, even X still, and even I am on Blue Sky, but I'm not using it very much yet. Still trying to find my legs there. Carrie, where can we find more of you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter only at Carrie Dixon. James, where can we find more of your work on the internet?
I am everywhere at Dan Regal, and I also co-host a podcast called The Citizens of Lorcana. If you are interested in the Disney trading card game, thank you to Beth, our producer, who will edit this show and get it into your ears. And where can they find us online? Speaking of,
We are on iTunes. Did we talk about that yet?
No.
If you'd like to subscribe, the links are up on the blog, or you can search for SDConCast. If you like what you've heard, please review us. We love good reviews. We're also on Stitcher Radio and on Spotify, and the links will be in the show notes.
if you want to get a hold of us, you can send us an email at info@sdcblog.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/sdconblog, or tweet us at sd_comic_con. Thank you all for listening. Good luck to everyone in hotels and everything in the future, and we will see you next year.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays. Everybody go.
Go.
Shawarma.
Shawarma.
That button again. Where's that button? Where's the button? Button.